Maybe some cotton candy can help get your body back.
Maybe.
Maybe I can weave like a new body out of cotton candy. I'll attract all the bees and flies.
Yep. To you, Zach?
The Arcane Carnival. Aside the stone buildings of Din Lyris are vibrant, living artworks. Illegally placed, yet beautiful nonetheless. You see a coiling Ouroboros eternally moving forward while in place, the paint shifting over the stone. Beautiful enough already, you are further taken aback as it disappears in an instant, a few moments before a half-dozen guards walk by and patrol. Smiling, you watch the wall of the building and wait for the guards to pass around the next block, and as they do, the graffiti returns perfectly on cue, this time with a message. Painted with transient magic are the directions to a grand event, a haven for this sort of chaotic, magical expression. A carnival of the arcane arts, in the physical and twilight, held in a dozen locations across the world, by the same people, at the same time. Well, that's fascinating.
We're going, right?
Yeah, I mean, no, there might as well only be one option here.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Go for it. Go for it. We're going.
As you follow the directions, intrigued, you wonder just how such a place remains hidden. They lead away from the city center, just to the point where the town blends into wilderness. As you walk through the twilight, the sky explodes with purple and white light, as explosive magical fireworks begin lighting up the skies and the crystals which fall from it, form a perfect path, leading you and many others to the Arcane Carnival. You don't know quite what to expect, but you are sure that this will be a night to remember. I agree.
It just makes me think of Dark Chronicles, very old PS2 game, the gem of a game. I just remember it because there's a carnival in there, and the carnival lead, is called Flotsam, and he basically says that this will be a night to remember.
He does, yeah. Totally.
Right. So we're going to the carnival, apparently.
Oh god, remember Nightmare of Kendar? He's coming back.
Oh no!
Forgot about him.
Oh no!
Oh wait, it's still the Night of Fright too. Fuck.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You mean
What?
that's bad? What do you mean, that's bad? What?
Do you want to move anything?
I'm kind of happy with this, actually. For one of ice and snow, yeah. There's enough snow and ice out here to make me
Yeah.
pick up a body.
Simulacrum.
Yeah.
Oh, first card, Spirit card. I've seen those before. That has moved Moran. It's now fully spiritual. Card number 2. Want that one, Zach?
Ooh.
We did it, actually. I'm gonna side note real quick. 1 in 6 carnivals have the Phoenix Dawn performing, unless you chose your tutorial options, in which case it's 1 and 2. So now you get to see the special performance.
Ooh.
That is funky.
The Arcane Carnival, under the big top. The directions lead you out of town into a beautiful empty glade, or so it seems. As you cross the threshold where woods turn to clearing, a thin magical membrane shimmers, and the world comes alive with magic. Fireworks of sapphire crystals explode low over the park, turning into bluebirds which fly in a tornado around this place, centered around the massive red tent which could easily fit a city block inside of it. Artists draw with common chalk or paints upon stone or canvas, and when they finish, their creations come to life off of the medium. Vendors selling pies with emotions baked into them. Studying arcanist students sell minor charms to support the city as well as make ends meet. It feels so alive. I love that. Figures in porcelain mask steel magic cards which tell stories. A meditating thaumaturgist sits surrounded by half a dozen instruments of dizzying variety, all floating about his head and playing themselves as if operated by an invisible orchestra. Awesome. You spin, taking it all in, seeing forms of magical expression as well as street mage tricksters and arcane goods dealers. Magical drugs are sold alongside food prepared by summoned extra-dimensional servants. This is my kind of place.
Yeah.
Really?
I want to go
Yeah,
to this
jeez.
freaking carnival like right now.
Just
This sounds amazing.
I would never leave.
The way you said that was a little ominous. You'll never leave. Well, I mean, if there's magical drugs, I might not want to. Reeling from the mundane use of the incredible, you marvel at the wonders around you, stumbling around like a child with wide eyes, trying to decide where to go first. However, taking the show throughout this carnival are the flying acrobats at the center of the clearing, as if someone removed the supports and tent from the equation of a trapeze artist, and left the acrobats soaring through the air surrounded by sparks, flame, and explosions of feathered doves. Wait, are the doves actually exploding? Are the doves okay, or is it just magic?
It explodes into feathered doves.
Oh, okay. All right.
No doves were hurt in the production of this game.
Yeah.
They soar over the carnival and announce that the group known as the Phoenix Dawn that many have come to see will soon begin their performance, which seeds a spark of excitement which sends the majority of the carnival goers running for the best seats. Ooh.
Ooh, this sounds really, really cool. And yeah, Kunai, this is Apollyon, the River of Life. And there's the Steam store page for it. Oh, hello there,
Hooray.
brother.
Hooray!
Brother's in the chat.
Oh.
Awesome sauce.
Oh,
That's
my.
cool.
Yeah.
Hello, brother.
Yeah.
It's Preparian.
I'd like to make
He's
a
also a
note.
streamer.
Oh, cool. We can stay at this carnival as long as you want. The performance, however, we can only go to once.
Perform with your own magic. No, I don't want to take attention away from these the Phoenix Dawn, you know. We're modest
Yeah.
here.
You can always
yeah.
play an arcane game of chance.
Maybe. Just like I don't know. Arcane game of chance. Like I don't want to lose a limb to that.
Yeah.
I'm playing with Logan and Zach. They are the disembodied voices you cannot see but hear.
By the table.
So I'm kind of feeling sneak behind the Phoenix's stage.
Yeah. See him putting their carnival makeup on.
Or
Natural
it's either got to be that or soar to the top of a nearby tree to watch the performance.
I mean, we have the power to fly, so we can probably get a really good vantage point.
Zach has 3 agilities. You could probably sneak quite well.
I could.
I can probably not sneak for shit.
They probably have tough security.
Technically, I should be super duper good at sneaking because I technically don't have a body.
Yeah, really. And I'm still invisible. I just realized that. I totally
right.
could sneak.
You're invisible still.
I am.
Forever ago. You would sneak so good. Do it.
Oh, I have to then. I have to.
Yeah. It's lined up real well.
Yeah,
Go for it.
I'm doing it. Success!
17.
Damn, I'm on fire! This is like totally opposite of the first time I played this game. Like by now, I'm like a husk of a human being devoured by demons. Drifting silently between the crowds, nimble as a weightless essence can be, you slip through the rafters of the stage and underneath it, getting in a safe position before you rise to the floor behind a set of crates filled with powerful arcane fireworks. From this position, you can spy on the Phoenix Dawn getting ready to perform in a few minutes. Spying on them. You see
Also, for the record, you rolled a freaking 17.
Yeah. Dude, I got some loaded dice.
Yeah.
You see a pair of halflings. Oh, Frodo! Sam! What are they doing here? Seemingly in charge of the show, running from side to side, checking upon every charm, every explosive, every writing spell of the performers and the hidden aids. You see an elf holding flame in her hand, joining a hobgoblin man and going over runic scripts and diagrams of arcano-scientific theories, which are the underlying science behind each of these magical spells. Finally, you see the last trio of performers, a goblin, an elf, and a human, expunging fire from staves and batons and lips as if they truly were phoenixes. However, as you're watching these performers practice, a peculiar-looking figure in a porcelain mask and dark cloak drifts through the tent flap leading backstage and up the stairs perfectly, standing resolutely in the center of all of this. Where at first you assume this is the leader or the proprietor, it begins to feel very wrong as the performers one by one drop what they are doing and stare at this figure in silence. Oh dear. It is then you notice that this figure you have been noticing all over the carnival is slightly transparent and cloaked in floating tarot cards. It appears an otherworldly entity has interest in the Phoenix Dawn. What are we doing?
Okay, so we have a masked figure, slightly corporeal, around tarot cards.
Yeah. He's on his way. Let's give Zach a break on the reading. He's read some big
Those
cards.
are pretty long.
My throat's dry.
I get some water. The Nightmare of Kendar. It is here. A devil of infernal flame with eyes of hate. You feel its presence striking terror into your heart. It rears on hind legs, then scrapes the ground as smoke flees from its breath and covers the room in a haze. We're dead.
Accept its terror.
Oh no!
You have a test penalty. Twiggy will die, so I guess it's me.
I accept your terror. Oh
Fail.
god, you failed.
Oh
God.
no, fail!
Oh,
Oh shit!
I'm still alive with 1 to everything.
Oh.
You acknowledge the need for fear and bow your head. The creature prowls in a circle around you like a predator. You hear sounds of crunching bone and feral growls, but you do not. You allow this night terror to strike fear into your heart, feeling weak as you start to panic. But in a moment of weakness, you turn and flee this devil. You wake up some hours later, lying on the ground covered in sweat.
Well, better than blood, right?
I mean, it didn't completely consume you, which is kind of what I thought it would do.
I'm alive?
Good stuff.
Well, yeah,
So,
you should
Twiggy and
definitely look into the game. Definitely.
Yeah, I would appreciate it. But Twiggy and I, we're doing terrible. Zach, you got buffs, you got stats?
I do. I'm feeling good. And I'm still invisible.
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't have a body, so there's that.
And my character progression's been great. I started out as a snail, and now I'm a fast, invisible guy.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So I'm gonna
how the cards have changed.
I'm gonna move Qualify to open physical, which will help you bring you back to the start and hopefully find your body.
Yeah, I kind of like my body. It was kind of useful.
Yeah, for a couple things.
Is there anything
Yeah.
I can move to help him find his body?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm not thinking of anything. Don't want to cheat too much.
That's fine.
Needs a body. Yeah, who needs a body? I mean, come
it'll
on.
make him test to find it back. It'll make him test his highest mental stat. His mental stats are all 1. Normally, you could move Torfield to the position to buff his highest mental stat. They're all 1.
Yep.
Is that about it?
I don't have a body, and I'm dumb as a doornail. This is great. I love this game.
I mean, having physical clarity would help him, right? I mean, that seems like it would make sense, right? Right? I don't know. So we're just gonna put Edenham, the Forge of Clarity, over to physical. See if that helps.
Oh yeah.
Probably not.
Sorry, you can't post the Discord in my chat. I have to do it, or Luna can do it.
Thank you, Luna.
Luna.
It's a Discord for Apollyon. Post updates there. You can also find people to play with.
Oh,
The game goes
Yeah.
live.
Like me,
Like
I'm there.
like a friendly
Zach's
Swedish
there.
guy.
Logan is definitely there because he
Uh-huh.
kind of has to be. Yeah, I'm feeling kind of good about this.
Yeah.
A little bit worried about this endless Earth thing, but
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna stick. I don't want to move anything. I'm good.
I'm gonna move Oleana, Fountain of Accords, to open spiritual to make
Okay.
deals with spirits.
At least the Hungry Abyss
Oh.
is still banished. That's good. Back to the
Twiggy,
carnival.
do you want me to read Carnival? Do you want to?
You can read the carnival.
All right. Staring at this masked entity only adds to the discomforting aura it instills in each in the room. Tarot cards slip from its vest pockets and coil in the air, sharp as blades, and no hint of a mortal being within can be found, only dark voids for eyes and a silk cloak to cover its massive ephemera, as the air hums in a discordant harmony which is getting louder. 2 halflings which seem to be in charge of the show move forward, one pushing and shouting at it, while the other tries to pull her back. "Get out! The spirits are not welcome here and will find no essence to feed upon." The halfling aside shakes her head fearfully. "No, Greta. It got past the wards. It's much too strong. We need to leave." Such notions are cut short by the tent flaps closing and suddenly flashing with dark symbols of books, towers, and the tarot. The hobgoblin formerly at the table of magical diagrams moves to the side of the tent and tries to cut it apart, but the knife harmlessly slides along the side of it. It seems everyone is trapped here, even you.
Oh.
The discordant humming grows to a dozen childlike voices, gleeful but far too slow. They speak in turn with a sing-song voice. A game we will play, yes, a game. A game of dice, a game of luck, a game played until you die. This game, this carnival, these lights, well, it'll be a show. How many will win? How many will live? How many will die?
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
This does not sound good.
Mm-mm.
Are we gonna try and take it for the team, or are we gonna let these Phoenix Dawn take it while we hide?
So,
Um,
we're gonna sacrifice this group of performers.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm not fit to fight anything at all.
Well,
It
let's
kind
see.
of feels like
I've got agility and willpower and charisma to spare, so
You
I
wanna
can put
play the
those on
game?
the line. What's that?
You play the game then, if you wanna.
I'm gonna play that game. I'm doing
I'll
it.
play your game. There's no need to stop the show. The head turns to look at you, cocked to one side, pausing. You are so very right. The show must go on. A game must still be played for the lives of all. How thrilling, no?
Oh God.
You barely succeeded that test.
they barely
Yeah,
succeeded.
I
That
could-
roll
I can see that.
was so close.
You're gonna save all the performers. Maybe not yourself.
Wait, what? I passed. Damn it! I changed
Oh,
my
man.
mind. Take the performers.
Yeah.
Man, where's the? We should have had the karma one active then.
Hey, we can reopen it. We just did something good.
Yeah, that's a
But
good idea.
We did murder someone earlier.
She can forget
Yeah.
about that if I sacrifice myself for a whole carnival worth of people, right? I mean,
It'll balance out, you know.
yeah. I still can't
Right,
get.
so we have
I still can't get
we
over
have the
oh,
ordeal.
sorry.
Euphorion. Twiggy.
Right. Euphorion. Sensation tickle over your body, sparks of energy as well as moments of bliss and brief visions. But you reject this at first, startled and very wary of its spirits, but see that it seems to be benign. As you drift through twilight, it seems a spirit of some sort of bliss or sensation has found you.
You better allow those.
Mm-hmm.
You better do it.
Pleasure.
You better do it.
Can you handle it?
Oh, allow the sensation.
You
All the
got-
chat is saying allow the sensation.
You gotta do it, man. You gotta.
Shh. Allow the sensation.
Oh.
Oh, you failed.
Oh God.
Thankfully, it was willpower, though, so I'm still alive.
Hmm.
Your breath breathe slowly as the spirit of twilight forces responses from the pleasure centers of your brain. Matron. Pressing upon you ecstatic visions, a strange feeling of connection with everything, and extreme bliss. Ow. Did I just get smooched?
You did. Smooshed by a
It's
spirit.
like nothing you could have imagined before, and you quickly lose touch with all other senses. Wow. You come to, perhaps hours later, barely able to feel anything now that the Euphorion has left, leaving you totally insensate?
Insensate.
You
Got
need
it.
to find the spirit again.
Oh, you're addicted.
Oh. Yep, I'm addicted to the porn spirit. God dang it. I have no body. I'm addicted to a porn spirit. I'm almost dead. This is not going well for me.
You're not having a good time.
But I got a point in charisma. Thing.
Yay!
I did. I got a point in charisma. That's always something.
So you're a dick to her. If she comes back, good luck.
I'm gonna have to. Ooh, what is that?
The
Yes, he's
arcane.
coming.
Art
Oh dear.
Carnival spirit. Okay.
I like how we totally forgot the mystery that we're trying to uncover with the Raptured.
Well, yeah, we're on a ghost hunt.
And we're in the Night of Fright, too.
Oh, fantastic! This is just
We're
getting better.
We're in deep.
We're in deep doo doo. I mean, Luna, you can have my Euphorian spirit if you
Right.
want to.
Get some karma back. Do you want it spiritual or physical?
Let's do physical.
Physical feels kind of like it would punch you in the gut.
But
That's
we have,
fair.
we probably have bad and good karma.
Yeah, let's leave it
Killed
up
a
there.
guy, saved like 10 guys, right? Balances out.
I still
Yeah.
can't get over the description of the sword and what it did to her. Like, it couldn't just be a regular sword. It had to be really gross.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah, it'd be like super stabby. It's not just regular stabby.
Oh no.
All right.
I think I'm happy with how things are.
Let's move Edenham. One more physical so we can get some crafting.
Maybe we need some equipment, some gear, some power-ups.
Cool with that? Wait. How did
How
Monkey get here?
long am I cursed for?
That's the betraying theme. Let's get that out of here.
Am I just permanently cursed to have -2 to strength
your
and
body.
agility?
You lost your body.
That is fair. I do not have a body.
No body.
Lurk away. Right. Let's go.
Oh.
We have another.
Dude, Arcane Carnival, Night of Fright, and the Raptured all in one.
Yeah.
We have all
Do
three.
you want to take
classes.
the carnival then, Zach? Because you're interacting with the masked
Zach?
mystery.
Yep.
Well, Zach's boss is card number 2.
What'd you say, Logan? I didn't catch that.
Your devil boss is card number 2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let me talk to boss. Somebody else can take the carnival one.
I want to
So-
take the
You want to take Spooky Guy?
spooky
Or-
guy.
I don't want Spooky. What am I saying? So do you want me to do the first one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do it.
The cards of the tarot representing the energies and facets of the world through portents and omens begin soaring from the spirit's form. Like a blade, one cuts your cheek with the force at which it shoots past, leaving a stinging pain in its place. It begins humming violently and singing with its discordant voices, words you cannot understand. Sorry. Apparently, this spirit's excuse for a fair game is grabbing one of these cards from the air and hoping its portent is good. You step forward yourself, eyeing all the cards around you, hoping to find one that will stop this and save all these people and yourself. One of the elven arcanists, an elf in a jade cloak tied at the waist, identifies the magic as using the rune of rapture, meaning they have been teleported anywhere in the world. She works on reversing and slowing this teleportation to bring them back. Looking around at the cards, they whip and dart in all directions rapidly. You can barely read what they say in some cases. And yeah, we gotta
They are
catch her.
bouncing around pretty well.
Yep. Who wants to try and grab one?
Kind of feel like the temperance card
Yeah.
might be the best one to try and go for here, but
I agree.
my poor sense of timing, I should probably not do this.
Well, you
Yeah.
should probably avoid the death and devil card. Those probably aren't good.
The hanged man doesn't sound very nice either.
No,
I want
no.
to be hanged. Judgment. Who's getting judged? Us. We killed people.
Yeah.
Ah.
Who
Temperance.
want to
then.
try? Who want to try?
Oh, wow. It just jumped big there. I'm scared.
I know.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it.
Random feature rolls too.
Come on, temperance card. Whoa, 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 whoa there, whoa there.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
Oh,
I got it. I
nice.
think I got it.
Yes. As your hand closes around the card of temperance, the spirit stares at you with a strange stillness. The voices trail off and stop, and all the performers turn to watch you. You tentatively step forward and speak to the spirit. This is the card of fairness, is it not? Of De'Aray. It drifts silently, orbiting you, and you it. And a game must be fair. A carnival must be fair, or people will grow to hate the game, spirit. The
Oh,
cards
shit.
glow
Mhm.
and stop in the air as it gives you a stoic deadpan expression, mask hiding its total lack of mortal form, but you continue nonetheless. Then, as I drew the card of fairness and then have fairly won, I command you to make these games and the entire carnival as fair as this card, so that it may prosper. Go, spirit. The ground reverberates with an anger for a moment, which subsides as the spirit morphs and the porcelain mask shifts to that of a theatrical one, faces of happiness and sadness to represent the duality of fairness, and it soars from the tent with its trail of tarot cards, vanishing in seconds. You turn to the performers, and the tense atmosphere dissolves as they laugh, cheer, and celebrate the apparent victory over this spirit. But a few minutes after it has appeared, the performers are all brought back and made ready for the performance, and one, the Hobgoblin Arcanist, comes to you and thanks you personally for what you have done. As they all turn to get ready for the performance, another takes you aside completely. The elf, who was previously studying arcano-scientific diagrams for the upcoming performance, looks at you with a curiosity. Now, I'm quite thankful for what you've done for us, but I'm much more interested in what magics exactly you've been using. You see, I've studied hundreds of ways to see and travel far, but this seems, well, effortless and dangerous. You start to explain Apollyon to this woman, Phelan, and she doesn't even flinch at the fact that it's highly illegal in most places. She just nods thoughtfully, seemingly learning more from your words than you know yourself. You don't get very far, however, before she is pulled away by the other performers and the show begins. She makes you promise to meet her afterwards so she can learn more about Apollyon before she leaves to begin the performance. It's a long
That was
card.
a read. That was a read.
But story time.
All's well that ends well.
Yes, but you're a new person.
I'm a new person?
That's a character unlock, and also you got a stat increase, apparently, Twiggy. Because
Well,
you
Failed
caught
my roll.
Oh, that was a while ago, I believe.
Okay.
You caught Temperance, you get a stat.
Wait, can you choose a stat to increase?
Yes, anyone.
Ooh, I've done good. I managed to do something good. Right, I think... Well, it doesn't really matter. I don't have a body.
Any mental stat will help you get your body back. You could stack charisma.
I mean, I feel like Zach is the agility dude of awesomeness.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Maybe I should try and be smart and charismatic one then.
Sounds good.
Because apparently my other stats are absolutely abysmal. Gonna go with intelligence.
Nice.
Do it.
Right. I now have 2 in intelligence and charisma.
Card number 2, Zach, is Bearers of Meathdar.
Uh-huh.
Good luck.
Thanks. You feel a powerful presence come before the table, an ancient force. It darkens the very room and begins to peel your soul from your body to show it truths of terror. This is starting out so well. You are falling through the air, rapidly approaching the sea. In front of you lies the ruined capital of the old elven empire of Arinian, beautiful as the seawater laps over the tops of once glorious towers, murals, gardens, and long-decayed corpses. Then, with a swirl that makes your stomach heave, the environment changes a moment before you collide with the ocean's surface. You are now looking at a fortress among the mountains, a towering example of ancient civilizations long destroyed. Again, you are plucked from one location and brought to another, now lying on packed snow atop a mountain. Standing, you see for dozens of miles in all directions. Your vision is only obscured by clouds as you stand upon the peak of Evendir. Hey, I'm back. We went there earlier. Thrown again, you are brought before ruins and necropolises of ancient times, as well as churning flesh pits and battlegrounds of ancient wars. Okay, that took a turn. Finally, you are thrown into a blood-slicked metal floor. Peeling yourself from it, you look up to see a massive black gate, garnished with bones and corpses of elves and hobgoblins alike, their foes absent. Well, I know I want to return to your worlds, but I know I'm gonna click attempt to see more.
Oh, you succeeded.
I did! Look at me go!
Oh, you succeeded. Nice.
I'm doing so good. You look around this chamber. It appears to be originally of elven design, but has since been overtaken by devils. There are blister-like flesh pods which seem to house festering devils, as well as massive antechambers housing strange flying ships, some still floating, some which long gave up their struggle against gravity. This was some fortress or operation of the late Arinian Empire. You see upon the gateway claw-like inscriptions naming this devil. Yeah. So Jeff. Jeff is
Do you want
his
me to
name.
read that?
Yeah, sure, please.
Belzamithar Vornoroth Zostral Gilgorogog.
That's a name.
Oh my gosh. Can you say that again?
Belzamithar Vornoroth Zostral Gilgorogog.
Beautiful.
Yep.
A devil this powerful could never have entered Sartova to do battle with Irinian, unless you aren't seeing Sartova.
Dun dun dun.
Da, da, da. So I wonder what would have happened if I failed that. Like, this can't be a good one to fail.
You did, I believe. Yep, you got one more int from it.
Sweet. I would hope so. Yeah, look at
Side
that.
note, since this is my D&D world, the devils get one more syllable every time they level up.
Okay, so that thing is super duper freaking mega powerful of doom.
Yep. Card number 3, Twiggy.
That feels absolutely horrifying that we're even dealing with that kind of shit.
He's your boss's boss, Zach.
I've met the regional manager. Lovely.
Yep.
And I made a good impression.
You did. The raptured are back, Zach, or Twiggy. Your card.
Raptured souls.
I love the only choice.
Woman.
Yep.
Yeah, I love the only choices too. It makes me feel so good. Apparently, it looks like it's gonna be strength or agility based, which I'm so good at.
On to Zach.
A woman, foreign looking, leaps upon you from an alley aside your path, barely missing you as she crawls on crooked limbs with one too many joints,
Oh.
and looks at you with a dead expression through the dead gray eyes. Raptured are here. There seems to be some strange emptiness to it as it runs towards you, head splitting open at the mouth to reveal massive blade-like incisors.
Ah.
Yeah,
Ah.
that's apparently happening to me now.
Love them.
As if its mind had just fallen away. You wonder how they came into being. Yeah, I wonder how they came to being, and no, I do not want to fight this thing. It will absolutely eviscerate me.
I'd like to note if we had more int, maybe we'd know more about them.
Yeah.
But anyway, Zach, you're the physical fighting dudes.
You're
All
a
right,
fighter.
let me get my my big red sword ready. The red dread.
You gonna stab me again?
I might. Put it down before it consumes me. Success!
Ooh, 12.
Oh.
Ooh, nice one. This is no longer a mortal, it's a beast. Flickering and blinking short distances, you treat this raptured like a wild bull,
Ooh.
denying it the sustenance of your soul as you force it to use all of its strength attempting to consume you. Its body becomes slower and weaker with each failed attempt, giving any mind to the fact that it only contains limited energy. Its feral flesh is no match for you. It's sufficiently slowed, you hack it apart with a gruesome letting of cold, coagulated blood.
Beautiful.
Begone, beast.
Beautiful.
Begone, thought.
You have now painted the street with its innards.
Those are some
done.
good cards.
Yeah, those were some good ass cards. I love that. I love the design of those ghost thingies.
Yeah.
Mm.
I like the tokens where they are right now.
I'm kind of happy. I don't feel like I want to move anything at the moment. Still want to try and get my own body back. That would be nice, but
Ooh.
Oh, look at little mushrooms. Oh god, it's my boss is back
Zach's
again.
bosses.
your boss is back again.
Card number 1, Arcane Carnival. Yeah.
That's a
I'll do
beautiful
that one.
card.
It is the Phoenix Dawn. You watch from a perfect vantage point back outside, atop a tall tree, as the Phoenix Dawn acrobats and their magical formulae begins, as a sheet of music does its first note, with formidable intensity. Phelan, with the flames licking across her arms like a loving pet, shoots spinning into the air, flames of amber and crimson behind her as a plume, harmless as a feather's touch. With her hands out, she moves in denial of gravity, as the others join her, grabbing onto a chain of flames and spinning through the air. Initial surprise from the crowd at seeing the acrobats play with flight and flame as easy as one picks up plays with water in a stream, turns to abrupt cheering and awestruck ogling. The performance eventually finishes with the spectacular death of a phoenix, exploding stars in all directions in a massive arcane firework which spreads over the lands for miles. as bright as the sun for a time. It leaves the lights fading on the dozen performers standing together upon the ground, as if they had not just flown like dragons.
Ooh, wow, I want to see this performance.
Oh.
Can we like animate this performance? Because I bet it would look absolutely stunning.
I'm not that talented, but I'm glad you like it. You have unlocked character Phelan Carmelius.
Cool.
Cool, we got a new character.
Did. An hour later, after the show is wound down and the cheers have subsided, you and Phelan sit at a magic cafe, each eating some strange glowing food said to be made of something called a specular cavefish. At least, right?
Okay.
You explain Apollyon to her in as hushed a breath as you can use, and she takes it all in with great interest. While wholly devoted to her studies as an arcanist of the Arcane Conservatory and the roots of magic and reality herself, she admires how Apollyon allows someone to forge connections and deals with spirits, as you did with the carnival spirit, as well as travel far and wide, something she has never been able to do. After some more explanation, you agree to introduce her to Tara and the Coven, so she may learn Apollyon as well.
Very
We
cool.
have her permanently unlocked as long as we save out and don't die.
As we don't die.
Oof.
Yeah. He admires how Apollyon allows someone to forge connections and deal with spirits. Have you seen the spirits we've been dealing with? You've seen the dark demigods of doom that like knocks on our doorstep every now and then?
On that note, card number 2.
It's the boss man again.
It is Cathalamar.
Images force their way into your mind. The sight of flesh splitting under claws of a moon beast. The visage of lords among devils. Faces snaked with veins of smoke, roiling with hatred and a hunger that seems all too familiar. Your soul being taken due to the failure of this intention. In it all, you see a being with wings of smoke, a blade of fear, and eyes that have followed you for many years now. He is here.
He's your boss.
I mean, yeah,
He is the boss
I
man.
feel like I have
Gotta
to
give in.
just give in and let this ship
Good
run
luck.
its course. The visions overwhelm you. For a moment, you feel as though your heart will stop. You awake sometime later with a strange feeling of having ran and fought for a long while. Despite remembering none of it, where did this devil take your body?
Oh man.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We're being borrowed by
Oh,
Yeah.
demons from hell.
He just used me as a freaking soldier or something.
Possessed you.
Indeed.
Well,
Okay, so I got 2 very, very toxic mushrooms. Not
Friendly
toxic, they're
boys.
poisonous. Alright. Relics. You see a dank cavern filled with patches of colorful mushrooms. Hey, found the magic mushrooms! As you enter, a single one of these mushrooms emits a deep orange light. Upon closer inspection, this red mushroom possesses a minute face of spots and speckles. It is slightly translucent, smiles as you bend down to look at it, and offers a hand to you as his glow brightens quickly. Wait, mushrooms has a face?
It does.
It looks at me and has hands?
It does.
is it a cute face?
Yeah, is it a cute face or is it malicious grinning with intent, just offering to poison me vigorously?
Who's to say?
His hand, pick the living mushroom, run.
You can't run from a mushroom. The spirit world would know you're a wuss, man. You can't do that.
Yeah, it's like, oh, look at this dude. He ran from a mushroom. Wow, what a warrior.
Yeah.
Pick his
Gonna do.
hand or pick it. I'm assuming I'm gonna get poisoned somehow here.
Maybe.
I'll take it. I'll take his hand.
Take my hand. Ooh.
Oh.
Your world immediately cascades layer after layers of colors you had no idea existed. As Grillix, the spirit of this cavern takes you to a merry journey of a portion of the twilight. Sensory overload of this journey, however, leaves you sickened and reeling from the sudden expansion of perspective. You are left panting and sweating on the cavern floor.
He rolled a 0.
He has no willpower. He's got 0.
I have -2 on my willpower, so there's that.
You rolled no dice.
I rolled no dice. Second, the world is spinning and lurches under your feet, making concentration hard and all tests more difficult. Thank you. Hey, I'm turning into like I might as well be dead. I am a weak, meekly spirit of something.
Let's do one more set of cards. We do have to save out, all tokens have to be open fully, meaning you do have to find your body. However, in the interest of time, I can just console command them all open. Normally in playing, you might be stuck, like you may have unlocked Phelan, but you can't find your body, and you just go for longer and longer, wanting to save out, but you might not be able to.
Oh no.
So I'll do that. Sounds good.
Sounds
Last
good.
set.
Alright, last set.
We've already read through all that, so it hasn't changed.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So let's leave the carnival. Admiring the surreal presence of this veiled festival, you lose all notion of responsibility and time, simply living in a world of magic and freedom. It is what the people need most, though you're just as thankful for it, putting you in a rather good mood. Drinking and making merry, finding people all throughout the carnival which seem to have came to this place from the world over, some physically and some spiritually, though in ways unlike your own projection. Despite this, you find ways to enjoy the night until the sun comes up once again.
Can you just imagine my bodiless self trying to drink a beer and it just pours right through everything?
Yeah.
The Dark Carnival was so cool. Or the Arcane Carnival, I'm sorry. That was really
Yeah,
neat.
it was a really cool sequence. I really like that one.
It seems like it has a lot of branching options to it.
It does. There's a lot more
Yeah.
to see.
Oh,
We'll see it again.
Alright, let's go talk
Revenge.
to my boss. Fear's End. Oh dear. The pale amber moon eclipses the horizon, and for but a moment you believe this terrible night may be over. No, of course it's not. You have given in to the devils of the outer worlds, and as such their sway over you is unbreakable. Oh, goody. With
You
a flash,
are royally judged.
with a flash of white flame, you are surrounded by dozens of humanoid, spectral, and infernal forms, all but 2 of which move in and begin tearing at your flesh, not with the intent to kill you, but to change you. The ordeal lasts for hours in this twilight, as they imbue your body with the terror and change of the Typhon. You are forever changed, watching the spiritual flagellation of 2 figures, one a small gnome with a horrified expression. Oh god. Next to a devil with bloody barbs and hooks over their body, and wings of black feathers. When this, it's just like, he just brought this gnome to watch it to punish him for some reason. I don't know.
That
impli-
gnome has seen some shit.
It's like,
Yes.
it's just one random gnome, poor guy. Like, he went here on vacation, not knowing what was in store.
Just a random dude.
When the ceremony is finished, your skin is red, and you find with horror that you have impish horns, as well as other devilish traits. You are no longer a mortal race. With the setting of the pale amber moon comes the end of the night to fright, but the horrors of the night still prowl. Okay, well this was fun.
Don't be like, Hawk.
Oh man, okay. So acknowledge my new kin. Hey, but guys, what's up?
You unlocked character Leo.
Nice.
2 characters, 1 run. Never seen that.
Oh my. You rise, looking over the expectant faces of devils and others who have undergone this process. The face of the devil and the gnome watching strike you, as the devil seems to command a presence here, as they all turn and begin chanting its name. But the gnome has not undergone this process. It still looks mortal despite being terrified. Okay, so he's in line. He's about...
You want me to read the devil name?
Standing there like, what the
Yep.
fuck? This was not in the brochure, man. This was not in the brochure.
Yeah.
His mouth agape the whole time. Oh, God.
The devil name.
Uh,
Kendar.
That's exactly how I was going to say it, man.
Yep. Yep.
that is the easy sentence to chant as well, like over and over.
Yep. Easily rolls off the tongue.
As the moon sets and the night of fright comes to an end, and they all dissimulate into smoke and malevolence, save for one. They dissipate into malevolence. The gnome comes up to you. Oh, hey, buddy. Puts a hand on your arm and smiles nervously. Come here. Wash the blood off, practitioner. The panic will fade. He has a black vest, ratted and dirty from travel on the road, a walking stick, and a devilish pendant. But he does not appear to be devilish. My name is Leo. I've been indentured to these devils for most of my life now. I'll try and help you process what just happened. After a few hours of talking and washing off the torn flesh and ritualistic balms, you've explained to Leo your current intention, as well as the Apollic table in general. He seems strangely interested, explaining that it may be a way for both of you to gain some leverage in deals with his devilish patron, rather than simply acting as they demand. Well, we made a new friend, and I have horns now, so, I mean, that was kind of a net positive, if you ask me.
You only had to stab one woman.
Yeah, it's great.
And be possessed to do untold terrors, but we don't know about those.
Yeah, it's fine. If I'm not conscious, I can't, it's fine. I'm not worried about it.
Last card, Twiggy.
Woe for the bones. That
Find
sounds
your
awful.
body.
You've been in the land of purple shadows for as long as you can remember. It's getting harder and harder to remember what physical sensations feel like. The touch of another, the rain on your face, the breath before a kiss. The wind is starting again, getting colder. If you don't find your body soon, it may expire without you there to beat its heart. Oh no. Can I have my body back, please? Attempt to find your body.
You did it. 92.
Yeah, I found my body. I have a body.
Hell yeah.
With a sigh of relief, you clutch your nearly cold body close and slowly bring warmth back into it, inhabiting yourself finally. With a rush of blood to your head, you suddenly feel the world so very acutely. Every sound, every color, every touch, scream sensation where formerly you only knew whispers. It is a loud sort of joy. Hey, I don't have debuffs anymore!
Yay!
Hell yeah.
Everybody wins.
We're winning.
We're winning things!
I'm an apostate of demons. You have your body back, and Logan's not dead, so it seems like everybody won.
And we found some clues, and we unlocked 2 characters.
Unlock new characters.
And we can end the ritual safely, because I console commanded all the tokens. I mean,
we did it right,
did
yeah.
by the
We did
rules.
it right. With the power invested in us, we managed to make 12 moves out of 3. Just that powerful.
Hit end ritual, and we can save out. We'll have those characters unlocked for next time. And also, progress on that mystery. We'll keep that too.
Ooh.
It feels like I'm playing D&D again.